understand the props, right? So props is basically passing data in React.js, right? So you can pass the data from one component to another component. It is basically mm, uh, it's basically the working model of props. So in React.js, uh, you can easily pass the data from one component to another component through props. So what we will do, we'll basically uh, I hope you all have created a app, create react app, through create react app command, and after that you'll go for the npm start. If it is start, then uh, you have to create a component, right? So it is basically let's go to the create a component. Don't confuse with that. It is basically a new components, basically components which are here, and I already commented, right? So you can see there is no such, so there is such error. What is that? My props cannot be resolved. So it is basically imported first, right? So what we'll do, we'll basically cut out this thing. So I told many time, if you want to uh, become a error solver, also become a solving a program, it is very necessary things for a programmer. So let's create a app, let's create a component, right? I have created a component like my props. JSX.jsx is the extension that you have to create. And what we do, we will simply RAFCE, it's React arrow function for export, right? So it is my props. So it is basically created a boilerplate. what we will do, we will call it in app.js. It's basically my props. So you know that, you all know that, I hope you all know that how it is working, and you can see the my props is already saved, right? So what we will do, we will actually like here we will do inside this tag, we will go for the simply react fragment. So what we will do, we will consider the three things, two things, right? The name and basically the role. So everyone has unique name, everyone has unique role. So how we applied that? Basically, if we everything is hard coded, that is like RAM, right? And the role is 32. So what will it will actually reflected in the main screen? It is RAM and 32, right? So instead of hard coded again and again, hard coded again and again, like these things here, these things here, right? Making another component and reflecting again and again, right? So what we will do, we will simply pass the props. So in there we will not hard coded anything, because we have to make a component which can be reusable, right? And so we will somehow we will pass this thing, this is RAM and the roll number, right? The name and roll number. If we can access this thing in here, we will simply achieve that thing. So what we'll do, we will basically pass the parameter, pass the attribute, right, for name, right? Name, like what we have to, the name, like so. what we will do, we will basically uh, passed as a like parameter, you can say, in that arguments, and like for a RAM, right? After that we can see that thing, like in here you will pass this kind of structure, this kind of that is a syntax, right, for name, and we will pass another thing and role, right? We will for we have to access that thing, but the wrong spelling, and it is basically 32, right? What we'll do, we will go for the inside double quotes or single quotes, whatever you can. So what we'll do here, the thing, we will pass this thing into the main component, for that we will not receive that, right? How we will receive that thing into the, we will simply pass the props. Props is the arguments where we will get all the things, whatever we pass that here, we'll get all the things in there. So if and it's form of object, right? So what we will do, we will simply call this thing. How to call that thing? It is basically achieved. This is a form of object. So how we will do? It's props dot, if we call name, so you can see RAM is already there. So how will achieve that? So if we achieve the roll number, same we have to do. It's basically props dot roll. Here we have already assigned that roll is the attribute, so we'll call that. So you can see 32, and we will call how many times? Will component, like we call many times, one component like 10 times. So what we'll do, like I will go for the 3 time, 4 time, 5 time, right? You can go with the how many many times, like RAM, for you like C++, okay? You'll go for the Java, you'll go for the C, right? You'll go for the JS, what do you call it? It's different thing, right? Many different roll numbers also. Whatever you can provide, whatever you can pass, it will be reflected there. So right there, that is. So after that we will design that every component. After we have a HR, like a line that will separate from all the elements. You can see all thing is separate, but one thing. So if you want to pass this any image also, so what will do? We'll go for the unsplash, right? We'll go for this image, right? What we'll do, we'll go for this image, we'll copy that address, so we'll pass img, right? What we'll do, we'll pass this thing as an argument. What we'll do, and we want to achieve that thing. What we'll do, we'll go for the image tag. Normally we do in HTML, so instead of this double quote, we remove that. We will remove a simple bracket. For calling in JSX JavaScript, we have to pass for this curly braces. Props dot like img, you can see there is reflected, right? First component, it is only available for the first component, that's why it is reflected. If we pass same arguments like in another also, like unsplash, so if we want to pass this thing also, what we'll do, copy that image address, and we'll simply cut this thing, and we'll simply pass this thing over you simply pass this thing in here also in third element, right? So simply pass this thing, and if you call this thing, you already called, right? Wherever the element is available, it will show, right? So you can see the second element is also normal, and the third element having this picture. So it is the working model of the props, and the one thing is, like, we make very simple here, whatever you can, for helping with the object destruction. What we'll do, we will go for the const, and we will call out these names, whatever name, role, and img. There is a 3 parameter. This name will go for the object destruction method, name, role, and that img. Will make it very simple, and all the data is consist in the props. So we'll go for the, we'll have to write props, so it is consisted there. It will automatically, instead of all the things, instead of like the props dot will not write to again, only for the element name, role, and img. Let's see. See, there is a no change about it, no change, right? Thank you guys. So it is very easy, and it is very easy to understand also, and believe that it is very easy. You will have to do 1 or 2 times, it will automatically you will understand, and it is very easy basically, and it is object destruction is also very easy. So please follow for more. Thank you guys.